you have to make sure you every day you leave the house, people hug the people that you love. Make sure you don't leave slights unfinished. You know, you arguing with your wife yesterday or your best friend or your significant other. If it's a new day, dude, like fix that. Like I love you. Let's move forward because God, like you can go to the grocery store looking to get some cold cuts for your kids for the week, and then next thing you know, some maniac comes in and takes you out, and you're gone forever. It's not promised. It's very sad, and so definitely love you, hug your loved ones, love on them, let people know how you feel about them. Yeah.
Bread up.
Hey, sir, what's going on? Happy Monday.
Another episode beginning.
Yes.
Podcast. Feel me?
Moves. Yes, sir.
John and Low Black in the building. What's good?
I'm hanging in there, man. Got my Martian sunrise behind me. If you can see that, this is definitely a video from Mars. I'm fascinated with space and space exploration. So right now, my mind is in the clouds. It's on Mars right now.
Didn't they have 3 moons in Mars? Or
no, there's no 3 moons. No,
that was Total Recall, right? Didn't they have like 3 moons or something?
No, I don't think they had a moon. No, they had the machine where he put his finger. No, there's only one sun. It's our sun. Martian moon. Let's say that. No, there's only one moon, right? Now Titan is on Jupiter. So they have 2 moons. Okay, yeah. Phobos and Deimos.
Oh, they have 2 moons.
2 moons, yes.
Okay, yeah. I knew it was something.
Yeah. But, how come our moon is just the moon? But like Mars has moons, but those moons have names. And then you have Titan.
Our moon has a name. Look it up.
Titan is a name which is actually very cool. As a moon of Saturn. Does our moon have a name? It's just the moon. Hey, hang on. So our Earth moon name, Luna. Earth's moon called the moon.
The moon. That's it.
The moon, because for us, the only one we knew. Many languages have beautiful names. Okay. So it's Luna in Italian, in Latin, in Spanish, it's Lune, Lune. In French, it's Monde, Mond. In German and Monde, in German, and Selene in Greek. But it all just basically just calling it the moon. It's not like Titan or like something else cool like that, right? So, or Phobos or Deimos. It's just the moon. But I digress.
If you lived on another planet, you'd be like, we got this boring name Titan, but over there's the moon. Like the moon would be cool, like a cool name.
So if you lived on Saturn,
right,
and you looked at Earth's moon, you would say,
yeah, the
Earth's moon would have a name, but your moon but Titan would be the moon.
Well, Titan, I think Titan. Would they say our moon's name is Titan, or would that say that's Titan up there? That's Titan.
No, I think if you lived on Saturn, you'd probably live on Titan because you couldn't live on Saturn anyway because it's a gas ball. But you would live on Titan.
Right.
And then you look at this Earth and you say, oh, look, that's interesting. That's Earth. And it's got 1 moon. Yeah, but I don't know if you would call it that.
You probably couldn't live on Saturn, but as another life form, you probably could live on Saturn.
I mean, yeah, sure. If you're like a ghost life form with no matter, and you could survive in like a gas giant of methane and all those nasty gases, then sure, yes, you could live in that, absolutely. Yeah, good.
So yeah, man. So, how was your weekend, brother? How was your weekend?
So the weekend was great. Didn't do much of anything. I actually took 4 days off. So I actually took off Thursday and Friday. So we always talk about how like you work like 2 jobs and that's insane. But like I work 1 job and I work at home. And so for all those people that work from home, you already know what time it is. Like you're working more when you're working at home than you ever did if you got up and got dressed and like had your coffee, maybe had some oatmeal, got in the car, got to your desk, unpacked all your shit, and then you went to the break room to put your lunch in the refrigerator, and then you talked for a half hour with somebody when you did that, right? Just bullshitted about the weekend, right? And then, okay, so now You got to the office at 8. You dropped all your stuff off. You put your lunch in the refrigerator if that's what you did. Now you chatted for 10, 15 minutes. Then you sit at your desk. Now it's about 8:20, 8:30. You dig into your email. You dig into your tasks for the day. You dig into whatever reports you got to work on. Next thing you know, you look up, it's 10 o'clock. Oh, got to stretch your body. You go up, walk, and go to the bathroom. Meet a couple people in the hallway. Bullshit for another 20 minutes. Okay,
all that stuff sounds real cool, brother. I don't know. If
the point I'm making, but go ahead. No. So the point I'm making is this: working from home has kind of taken out all of that inefficiency. I'm working more than I ever did working from home than I ever did going to the office. Now it's a beautiful thing, and I'm not complaining because I'm not commuting. And the minute I log off, I roll my ass from this space, go sit my ass down, and I watch sports. And I have to get in the car, and my kids come home. I get to see my kids come home from school, and I get to see my kids go to school. Not complaining. The point is, I'm working. Like from the minute I sit down, I look up and it's 3 o'clock. I'm like, holy crap, where'd the day go? I didn't even eat lunch. Like that's the sort of like double-edged sword of like this working from home thing. And so last week, just because I'm working like crazy, working. And so I was like, I got to take a couple of mental health days. And so that's kind of exactly what I did, just because I'm fortunate to work from home, and I'm fortunate to have a lot of paid, free FTO, they call it, a free time off days that I've accrued just for being at this one company that I've been at for so many years, that I said, I'm taking off 2 days. And at the company I'm at, like, they encourage it. And, I have people that report to me. I have like direct reports, if you will. And I absolutely encourage them as well. Like, mental health is certainly important, like taking those times off. So that's exactly kind of what I did. I kind of meandered around for Thursday and Friday. Saturday, Sunday, didn't really do much of anything. Sat around the house, got the AC fixed, drank some beer, smoked a cigar. That's pretty much it. Pretty good weekend for me. How about yourself?
That sounds good. So me, I worked.
Okay. Yep.
So Saturday, I don't work at the school, so I get to sleep in a little bit.
Okay.
I had some stuff to do with the car DMV situation.
Okay.
And I went to work. Now down here it was 96 degrees. I don't know what it was.
Oh wow!
I think it's
heat wave. Yeah.
90 degrees where you are.
No, it's actually not. It's actually pretty chill. It's about 72 right now. It rained all day today.
Okay.
It's gonna be raining all week, so it's not too hot just yet.
Yeah, it was burning up. But we took the kids from my other job. We went down to a place called Bushnell Park down here.
Yep.
We had the free carousel, so we
that's
put them
Bridgeport, right?
Huh?
That's Bridgeport, right?
No, that's Hartford. Bushnell Park.
Hartford. Bushnell Park, Hartford. That's right. That's right.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we brought them to the playgrounds. Then we brought them to another park. So, I mean, I did work, but it was fun. All we basically did was play with the kids all day in the heat, but it was still cool. We had the popsicles out there. We had the free water fountain out there, so it was cool. So that was Saturday. And then Sunday, I woke up, played basketball, which I'm not going to be giving up my basketball. I understand, I got 2 jobs. I'm working a lot, love my family. But the same way you have your mental health day, the same way I need to play basketball on Sundays. The one day out of the week that I have the possibility of playing basketball, I cannot give that up. So Sunday I play basketball, leave from over there, go to work, and that was my weekend right there.
That sounds pretty good.
It wasn't a bad weekend.
Sounds pretty good. It was a good day, as Ice Cube would say.
Yeah, it was great.
So current events, the earth keeps spinning and current events keep happening. So I know there were some things that you wanted to chat about. So let's jump right into it.
I did definitely want to chat about some things. And controversial things, to say the least.
Oh boy.
Things that might get us canceled. Depending on what you say. You're the only one we got to watch out for. But so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to throw a picture up on the screen. Back. You know what I'm saying? Look to your left and I look to my right and we see this picture. And this picture is causing a lot of controversy. I look to my right and we see this picture.
Okay.
And this picture's causing a lot of controversy. Um, so this is the new SI cover, and I don't know how to pronounce the name. I think you know her full
So
name.
yeah, her name is Yummy, Yum, new, N-U, Yummy New.
Yummy, yummy. So we're sure that
Yummy New.
pronunciation is yummy, not
I
yumi.
am not sure, and I'm a married man, and don't get me in too much more trouble. I'm just reading. I'm just reading how it's spelled.
So you're saying she's yummy. I got
Y-U-M-I.
it. I got it.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just reading the child's name.
Yeah. So Yummy New
Yummy New.
is considered a trailblazer. She's on
Okay.
the SI cover as a plus model.
Yep.
And the reason that she's getting a lot of, like she's trending right now is that a clinician by the name of Jordan Peterson, in not so many words, said she wasn't beautiful.
Yeah.
In a few more words, saying that they're trying to push her body type on men who have a already specific idea of beauty, and they're trying to push this on us.
I tweeted out, sorry, not beautiful.
And then everyone got upset.
Yes, they did. They had a rather overweight young woman with a very revealing swimsuit on the cover. And I thought, no, the cover bothered me a lot because it was a cheap manipulation of something that had been working very well for Sports Illustrated. It was also an insistence that all of a sudden this non-athletic body is as beautiful as the standard swimsuit model. It's not. It's not as athletic and it's not as healthy. And that's that. And then it's a lie that's a manipulation of that young woman. They're not on her side. They're exploiting her. And she may be participating in that exploitation, but they're still exploiting her. So don't pull any moral stunts on me because you're irritated about my opinion when it's bloody clear to anybody with eyes that that was manipulative in 20 different ways. Not everyone's a genius. Not everyone's Picasso. Not everyone's young and healthy. Not everyone is a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model, period. And fuck you if you don't like it.
Now, I guess we're going to discuss is that opinion or fact? You know, in some places I've heard that naturally men are attracted to hourglass figures, small waist, wider hips due to naturally like baby making. Like it's just a natural thing inside of us. What do you think about that?
I'm no like sort of like cultural critic or anything like that. So to your point, when you say men, like I think it goes back to like men look at like hips because so I think what your point you're trying to make is like it's been said that like when you look at a woman, like if she's got wider hips and you think, oh, that's good childbearing. And then if you look at like, yeah, voluptuous, you think, okay, so that could like feed the baby. Is that kind of the road you're going down? Because
well, not the road I'm going down. That's the road that he was kind of like going down as far as us naturally being attracted to us one body type over another.
Yeah, you know, I think that's opinion. It's not fact, right? I'm old enough to remember Dwayne. I remember many years ago, and you might remember this too. There was a model by the name of Kate Moss.
Kate Moss. And
there was a huge uproar about her. She got dragged through we didn't have social media then, but I remember her being a topic of conversation because how skinny she was. And she was just too skinny. And this was also going to be like bad for our kids, right? Because this is a bad example. And so, I mean, there's always been a sort of like critique, generally from dudes, about how women should like look or their bodies. And I think everyone has a type. You're entitled to like that Kate Moss type. Maybe you might like that. And, you know, and then they could put a whole bunch of, you know, Brazil bubble butt, double D chicks in front of you. And you might still look at that and say, you know, that's for me because I like, you know, athletic Kate Moss type. Like you would say, okay, you're trying to push that onto me. You can always say that. You know, if the argument is that, and this is maybe more up your alley, like America's a fat country, and you know, are we sort of accepting fat, like that's also a slippery slope. But I could maybe go with you, and maybe if somebody could articulate it in a better way, maybe that might make more sense to me. But to say this isn't attractive as a blanket statement, I don't agree with that. Or like this isn't attractive for all men. Like I don't agree. It might not be attractive for me, or it might not be attractive for him, but it may be attractive to somebody else. And if I may give you one more, and I'll let you take over after this. Who are these magazines for? Who do you think these magazines are for?
Right. So before you even get into that, I did want to hit 2 points. I wanted to hit on the point of his statement about her not being beautiful, and also, does she deserve to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated's swimsuit issue?
Mm-hmm.
So now you're saying, who is the magazine made for?
Well, answer those questions first. So when you say deserve, what does that mean? Because they got freaking May Musk is on another cover. Elon Musk's mom. Like, why is nobody freaking?
So she's also a trailblazer also.
Yeah, but nobody's freaking out about that.
So this is the thing. In the group chat.
Yeah.
I remember bringing it up to the guys and saying that if this is a theme issue, like if there's a theme going on here, mm-hmm. I have no problem with this.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Got you.
And I didn't know about any trailblazer issues. I didn't know anything about that. Right.
Right.
So now I learned that Elon Musk's mom, Yummy, they're part of the trailblazer issues. So it's a theme. It's not like generally what they do. So in that sense, I have no problem with her being on this cover. If they were to just throw her on there, like nothing's going on, I would have a problem with it. Because to answer your question before, like, who is this magazine directed towards?
Yeah.
The swimsuit issue is directed towards guys who like slim, curvaceous women. Basically.
Yeah, but I don't know if
tell me where I'm wrong, bro. Like you looking up in the
days. Okay, so I don't know. See, we're two guys that are in our 40s that, yes, would look at the Victoria's Secret magazine when it came in and look at those chicks, right? Or got the King magazine. Like, I don't know that this magazine is for young boys anymore, or for young men. To your point, and I don't even know if it's really for old guys like this too. I don't get Sports Illustrated anymore. I wonder if it's more for the females. In case in point, so I mentioned Victoria's Secret,
yes, sir. You hitting it. Go ahead.
So, well, here's the deal. I have a daughter.
Yeah.
So, right. You have daughters. I have a daughter. My wife gets Victoria's Secret catalogs. Now, the Victoria's Secret catalog has completely changed too. There's like yummy type body types. There's all type of body types now in it, right?
Right.
My wife's over the moon about it.
Right.
Right. Like, I don't, there's different body types. It's a good example to show our daughter, because social media is a cesspool for female self-esteem. It's also a cesspool for male self-esteem. We can talk about that too. But social media and its filters and its fakeness is a cesspool for young people self-esteem.
Right.
And so is it bad that there's a Victoria's Secret catalog now with which quote unquote like all types of different woman body types? And is it bad that Sports Illustrated's got Elon Musk's mom, and they've got Sierra, and they've got Kim Kardashian, and they've got Yummy? Like, it's different types of bodies, right? Like, I think if you are concerned about like, or you say like, I want the hot chicks, or like the body type that I like, Instagram's full of it, bro. You can find it all day long. But to have a different outlet or outspace for different body types, I can tell you, like my wife is over the moon with like her Victoria's Secret. Me, I don't even care. Look at it anymore, right? Because it's not what I would used to see in that. And so I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's more for the chicks, right? That's fine. But it does do a good, it's a counterbalance to maybe some of the unattainable standards that are out there for females to look at.
So I get all of that, right? I get that social media is doing so much damage to like young girl self-esteem, trying to live up to these fake bodies and unattainable shapes and all of that stuff. I get that. But one thing I would say is that the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue is a men's magazine. And just like you said, it seems like it's being geared to more towards women. And that's a little unsettling for me. Like, can we have something?
You got plenty, bro. Look at you. You got plenty. Look at you. Get off
that.
No, you give it up. There's other things you can have.
Get off my lawn. Look at you. We can't have the Victoria's Secret
gone. Nope. We don't have King Magazine. All that. We don't have King Magazine and Hustler and all other magazines too. We don't have all that.
When the last time you seen a King Magazine?
Because magazines are dead. They don't need a King Magazine anymore.
Yeah, everything.
Magazines are dead. But social media is the king. There's OnlyFans if you want to do that, right? And there's a lot of chicks getting a lot of money off OnlyFans, and then you can do that. So to say that there's nothing for men, I mean, there's a lot of different things out there that, you know, the technology's changed, and you of all people know that. I mean, you'll be fine, bro. You don't even read Sports Illustrated. You're getting triggered. You don't even read Sports Illustrated.
It's not about me.
You don't even read it.
About me. I'm actually, as far as, so let me answer both of these questions and then we can move on to the next subject. As far as the question of, is she beautiful? Right? To me, personally, she's not my type.
That's fair. Fair enough. That's fine.
Not to say that she's not beautiful to somebody, right? Beauty.
100%.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Eye of the beholder.
There is somebody out there that will look at her and say, wow, she is the most beautiful girl in the world.
Yes.
She is beautiful. Everybody is beautiful.
Yeah.
I know some people will be like, oh, you're just trying to stay on the safe side. No, I really believe this. You talk to me in person, you'll know, like, when I talk about everybody is me. So even though in the eye of like the media and the general public, maybe there's a vision of somebody that's not necessarily deemed as beautiful in their eyes, but to me, everybody is beautiful in some way.
In some way, you know.
It's just like intelligence. It's just like
no, but you're not talking. You're trying to conflate. You're talking about beauty standards and what people are attracted to. You know, in 1971, Playboy magazine was the thing, and there was a black woman on the cover by the name of, let me get this right, Darine Stern, Darine Stern, Stern, first black woman on the cover of Playboy. This is the 70s. It's a big deal. Before I was born. And I'm curious what people thought, what people said then. Did they say things like they're pushing an agenda? Did they say things like they're just trying to make us like black women? I only want to look at, you know, wavy white girls. Like, did people say that too? Or is there a place where, I get your point, you're entitled to have, you know, your opinion on things, but what about the dudes that like the wavy girls, like the Kate Moss chicks? Maybe there's people out there that like skinny athletic women, and like, well, why are there no more skinny athletic women like Kate Moss types? This was a comment though too. I wanted to get your opinion. I sent it in the group text too. Maybe speak to men and women. So Tommy Lahren, another conservative firebrand.
Oh yeah.
She tweeted, been noticing the so-called women's brands using photos of very overweight or obese women in ads, but men's brands are still using muscular and fit men. Weird, is what she says. So do we need to see more fat guys? Am I going to be on a cover of a magazine somewhere? Do we need more fat, chubby dudes? Do we need that sort of representation? I would say no. No one wants to see that. But I mean,
I mean, on the cover of what though? There's fat guys on the cover of magazines.
The only magazines that I see that there's all the fit guys on is like all the men's health, like workout, like muscle magazines that men buy, that I buy. I bought them with muscular men on the cover with their shirts off, and like men buy those. But it's got like nutrition advice and like body set advice and like stuff like that. So a lot of things that men like I wonder if you could put, you know, somebody chubby that's famous on the cover of Men's Health. I think with men, it wouldn't maybe work because there would be like a credibility thing. I wouldn't really jive with what maybe that magazine was looking for. But I don't know that
chubby guys out there.
No, there's a lot of chubby guys out there
that are healthy.
Health relative, yeah. I mean, obviously, you want to not carry as much weight. You can be healthy, but be more susceptible to other comorbidities. Maybe not necessarily have them, but be more susceptible to them. So you could technically be healthy, but more riskier because hey, you put yourself more at risk for more, comorbidities. But
right. So I'm just saying, if you had a son that was, let's say, chubby,
yeah,
and so are you pushing him to, let's say, get into more of a shape that's not having him more prone to these comorbidities? Or you just saying just be happy with your shape?
No, with a son.
Oh, with a son. You're saying it like it's different. Go ahead.
No, it's not different.
Teach me more.
No, I'm not saying it differently. No, I think you have to be careful. So it's funny. We're sort of kind of going through it now. So you have to be careful because children at certain ages, they're like for example, I was looking at old pictures of my daughter the other day. The way she looked at 12 and the way she looked at 14 is just completely different. And the way she looked at 12, she like a complete little girl. Mm-hmm. And her body was still kind of changing. And the way she looks like now is 14. Like I'll bust somebody's ass because she's starting to look more dope. She's only 14 and I will bust somebody's ass. Like you have to be careful though too. You talk about the age. Now we talk about like 16, 17-year-old. Dog, get your ass up. We go into the gym. We talk about like 10, 11-year-old. I think y'all let kids kind of let the process, the metamorphosis kind of work itself out. Because kids kind of, some kids can like be skinny, and then maybe get chubby because when their body's like really taking in a lot of food, but then the growth spurts hit and they completely stretch out, and you have really no idea what's coming. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I understand that, but we're gonna start building good habits at a young age. We're not going to wait until 16, 17 and say, all right, now it's time to hit the gym because you're a certain body shape. We're going to build certain eating habits, certain being active habits.
Yeah.
Kids,
right. Outside of, I mean, at a young age, yes. You mean being active as a kid? Sure. But like, am I going to have my 12-year-old out there running sleds? I mean, if that's something that he's just not into at this time, probably not, right? Like, you can still continue to build habits. Old dogs can learn, new tricks. I mean, certainly nutrition. I'm saying that if you're talking about what are you going to do about it, I'm saying that I'm not necessarily going to overreact to maybe certain trends that might potentially be happening at a young age because there's growth spurts that's got to come into play. There's body changes, stuff like that, if that makes sense.
No, I get that. All I'm saying is that even at a very young age, we want to try to give them like healthy eating habits and nothing crazy, but at least like eat one fruit a day, like have something.
No soda, no ice cream. Yeah,
have something to where like, okay, now they're 16, 17 and you're saying, okay, now eat fruits and vegetables. And they don't know what the hell a fruit or a vegetable is. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, but I get it though. But yeah, besides all of that, shout out to Yummy. Shout out to Elon's mom. Yeah. They are trailblazers. They're showing that people that, look a little bit different than what you're used to seeing, they're able to make it in spaces that you're not normally used to seeing them in. So shout out to them.
Salute.
What else is on the agenda, big buddy?
You want to talk about this dunk of the year?
Oh, wait, no. Let's not. I would say that's the mid-air flop of the year. I'm not gonna say
Oh my God, we can
I'm
talk
not
about.
gonna say Duncan.
Oh my God, Luca. That's his
Yeah.
thing, right? He flopped. He straight up flopped in midair because
Yeah, he
he
forgot
always
about slow motion
complains.
for some reason.
He
I don't know.
complains to the refs all the time. I will say though, at least if you saw the press conference after, they asked for the dunk, and he said, "Yeah, I wish I had hops like that, something to that effect."
Right.
He didn't talk about him getting fouled or him flopping. He just said, "Hey, it was a good play."
Yeah, they initially called it an offensive foul, but then they challenged
Which
it.
is completely wrong because because of the flop. The Lucas
Yeah.
special, as what's the name from the Suns called it. But my God, he jumped from the foul line
Yeah.
over a man who's like 6'9" and is not like a light man. That guy's like Luca's a big, heavy guy.
Yeah.
And this guy's it's athletic, skinny, spindly type guy, but obviously extremely strong. Jumps for the foul line right through Luca. I mean the series is over. Like Dallas is done.
So from watching that game, do you think that Andrew Wiggins can legitimately say he's becoming the second option for the Golden State Warriors?
No. I think Andrew
He
Wiggins
needs to get back to where he needs to be because he's doing regular human numbers like as of late.
I think that when Wiggins came in as the number 1 overall player for Minnesota, he didn't live up to the hype, right? But you can go to a Golden State that's got a Steph, it's got a Draymond, it's got a Clay, it's got this kid Wiseman, I think is his name from Golden State. Yeah. That's going to be the next star, that kid. But Wiggins is that kid that's good. Don't get me wrong. He was a number 1 overall pick. No one will ever take that away from him.
But I think this man was just named an all-star.
Who, Wiggins?
Yeah. An all-star starter.
Take Wiggins off of okay, that's fine, Dwayne. That's fine. I think that's a matter of
him.
No, I'm not. No, well, yes, I am actually. I'm going to I am.
Take him off to the Warriors, and what is he?
Put him on Indiana Pacers, and he's going to be the same guy he was in Minnesota. I think culture matters. I think fit matters. I think coaching matters, and I think playing with Hall of Famers that take all the pressure. See, and that's the thing too. People have to understand like the pressure, dude. The pressure to perform.
Right.
The spotlight on you, the spot that can crumble a kid, dude. Absolutely crumble a kid. He does not have the spotlight on him. Who's the kid on Dallas that went 0 for 10?
Finney.
Who's that kid?
I think that's his name, Finney. 0 for 7
10,
from 3.
0 for 10.
Yeah.
Now, if Wiggins goes 0 for 10 and Golden State wins because they lean on their 3 people, no one's gonna talk about it. If Wiseman goes off, Steph goes off, he could have an 0 for 10. Like that's how you judge it, right? Like, can Wiggins have an 0 for 10 in Minnesota as number 1 overall pick? No. I'm discounting it. It's only slightly, only to say, but not really, because like culture, fit, all those things matter. Why do you think those number 1 picks in the NFL go to shit teams and then they stink? And people are like, well, why do you stink? It's like, because the team I came to stink, and I'm a 21-year-old kid, and I'm the face of a franchise, and my supporting cast sucks. The coaches suck. This is why they had the worst record, and I'm supposed to come in and like save this. It's hard, man. It's hard. I think he's in a perfect situation.
Right. The question that I'm saying is that, do you think he can become the second option? And I say that because him being in that culture, he's become such a better player. And it reminds me, just to compare, not exactly compare, but just to compare, it reminds me of when LeBron left Cleveland and went to Miami, right?
Yep.
He was a great individual player, but he was never winning in Cleveland unless he played with Dwayne Wade. Shout out to Dwayne Wade.
That's a poor comparison.
It's not. Listen up.
You're putting Wiggins on the. It's a poor. Go ahead.
The player that went from Cleveland to Miami learned to become a champion, and that's the only way he was going to bring Cleveland a championship. Had he stayed in Cleveland, he would not have became the player he is today. And that's the same thing with Andrew. Andrew playing in that culture, playing with those players, have made him a much better player. So now if this new Andrew Wiggins goes back to Minnesota, bro, he's gonna be a star. That's what I'm saying. It's not gonna be the same player.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think he's improved exponentially.
I think the analogy doesn't work. We need to find a better comp because you're comparing him to LeBron, who's arguably the top 3 player in the history of the league.
I'm not.
And when he left Cleveland, when first of all, LeBron was in Cleveland when he brought a bunch of bums. Quick, $5. Name me 2 players that started on that Cleveland team that got swept by the Spurs. Quick, go. You can't.
Mike Brown.
That was a coach.
Whatever.
So he brought a bunch of bums like nobody's to the finals, get swept by a great team. They got swept, but the fact they even got there was meant a lot. Like,
right, but
it was almost like that team that AI brought, that Philly team, and they at least won a game. But like, you had Larry Hughes. Like, that's the only person I can think of on that Philly team. Like maybe Larry Hughes. I can't think of anybody. I can see the faces. I can't remember their names on the team that LeBron brought. Wiggins was not going to bring a team of no one to the final. I think that's how you judge it. I think it's an unfair. I think
we're comparing that they got so much better, moving to a culture,
right?
And playing with different players that taught them how to be better.
Yeah. No, so I get the overall point you're making. I quibble with the example. I think you need to find a better comp. Because LeBron, when he went to Miami, he wasn't a number 4. He was a number 1. D Wade was the 2 on that team. Wiggins is a 4 on this team. He's a 4.
I get that. I understand what you're saying.
Look at this kid came up. So yeah,
moved from one place to the next became a lot better because of the culture. Like the Miami Heat culture, they didn't have that in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. And the champions that he played with when he came to Miami is what made him into the player, is what made him able to win championships in Cleveland and LA. He wouldn't have been able to do that without going to Miami.
I think the kid I was thinking about in Golden State is a kid by the name of Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole, yes, sir.
He had 10. Wiggins had 27 that game, though. He was great. I mean, that's what a 4 can do, or a 3. They can give you a 27 here and there. They're not going to give it to you every night, but they'll give you a 27 sneakily here and there. And then the kid from Dallas I was thinking about, his name was Reggie Bullock. 0 for 10.
Reggie Bullock, yeah.
0 for 7 from 3. Yeah. Bad. It's bad. Like, if I was a GM for Dallas, I'm blowing this team up. And I'm calling Utah. There's the rumors that in Utah, the 2 star players there want to kind of have a breakup.
Yeah, they don't like each other. Yeah.
So
the whole COVID thing.
Is it the COVID thing? I just know that
the first time I heard like any friction between Mitchell
and Gobert. If I don't know what you think, but if I'm the Jazz. This is gonna sound crazy. I keep Gobert. I trade Spider. What's his name again?
Yeah, Donovan.
Donovan and I would trade Donovan Mitchell. Now, here in Atlanta, I've been watching the Hawks. And I'm a big I would consider myself a Hawk fan, and I would love to see Donovan Mitchell be paired with Trae Young. The problem with that, though, and the problem with Donovan Mitchell, and the problem with Trae Young, they don't defend very well. They're not very good. Like Donovan Mitchell is not a great defender. So as I think about if I think about maybe Donovan Mitchell playing with Luka off the ball, because Luka likes to play with the ball at all times. Everything has to go through him. Maybe you get him a Donovan Mitchell, somebody that can play off the ball. You just need better teammates. Like they got to do something with this team.
Dinwiddie's not cutting it.
Let's look at this box score. Dinwiddie. Well, no, he was 26 points.
Dinwiddie's doing his thing out there, man.
Jalen Brunson, who's a college star, 20 points.
20?
Yeah, 20.
Brunson stuff too.
But here's what you had. I'm looking at the box score. You ready?
Yeah, everybody else.
So Dinwiddie 26, Luka 40, Jalen Brunson 20.
Yeah.
Reggie Bullock 0. Darian Finley-Smith 9. Okay. The center, he played 8 minutes. This Dwight Powell. 3 points. Davis Bertans played 12 points off. He played 12 minutes off the bench. He gave you 2 points. Like you got to get more scores. All right, let's go to Golden State. We talked about your boy Wiggs, 27. Draymond gave you 10 points. That's a lot for Draymond. 10
That's
points.
great.
That's huge.
He doesn't look to score, but he does everything else.
Looney, 9 points.
Mm.
Clay, 19. Steph, 31. Poole, 10. Porter, 2. I mean, you're just getting – it's just a more like a more distributed distributed box score.
You can't win with one star like focusing on like everything's focused on him. Like, yeah, they're happy with Dinwiddie and Brunson scoring 20 and 26.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they lose, you know what I'm saying?
But these playoffs have been exciting for me. There's obviously the no LeBron, and so that's always kind of will kill your ratings. But they're saying that the ratings are up this year for the playoffs. And not that people hate LeBron, but I think it's like you or KD or like some of like the quote unquote like old guard, but like it's cool to see the new guard have their time to shine. Obviously, Golden State we've seen a lot, but you got the kid in Boston. He's only like 24 years old, becoming a star right before our eyes. Luka has just been playing his ass off, even though he's kind of doing it by himself. But you get to see like his greatness. So seeing these new kids kind of do their thing and play on the biggest stage has been pretty cool.
Who's the face of the NBA? For a second, I thought it was going to be Giannis, but
I think that
I don't know about Giannis.
So the last time we had a finals, Giannis was the MVP of the finals.
Yeah.
His leg twisted up disgusting in a game, and he actually continued to play. Wasn't injured, surprisingly. And down the stretch in the game 6 of that series, hit clutch free throws. So for me, as of right now, as we stand, today is May 23rd, it's still Giannis is the face, for me, face of the NBA. It may be Steph Curry again if the Warriors win. He gets, believe it or not, his first finals MVP, which he's never had. How do you feel? So you're KD, you're Kevin Durant right now, Dwayne. How do you feel?
I'm upset that I'm not in the playoffs.
Yep.
How
do you feel about the decision you made, KD?
Bringing Kyrie?
No, leaving Steph to go with Kyrie. How do you feel about
leaving Steph?
How do you feel about that decision?
I'm fine.
Why are you fine?
I'm fine. I'm tired of people saying that because they're still saying it, that he just jumped on the team that beat him.
Yep.
To win a championship. So I'm fine. That's something that had to happen.
How are you going to feel, KD, if they win it this year without you?
It is what it is. I'll be back next year.
With Kyrie. Do you trust Kyrie, KD? Do you trust him?
As long as they don't hit us with no mandates, we'll be all right.
But that's fine. There's not going to be any mandates. You still trust him?
Yeah.
Okay, you're lying. KD, you're lying to yourself or you're lying to us? But
why? What do you think KD's thinking right now? Oh God, please!
No. I actually believe. Do you follow KD on social media? Because he's very sarcastic. He claps back at everybody. He doesn't. People like to clap at him, and he'll clap back. And he's very sarcastic, and he pretty much answers the way you said, right? He'll clap back on people and say, well, like he'll talk about how much money he has or his rings, or tell people to kiss his ass and stuff like that.
Right.
I think there's gonna be a lot to say though about your legacy, man. Yes, Draymond Green called you a bitch, in the huddle. He did. And he said, we don't need you. We could do this without you. Yes, Draymond did say that. But Draymond's a hothead. You knew that. And y'all could have took him in the back room and say, dog, you don't talk to me that way ever in your fucking life. Right? But Kate and manned up about it and then took your respect back. But see, Katie is passive aggressive. And he just was like, all right, fine, you want to talk to me that way? Then I'm just gonna fucking leave. Fuck y'all. Like that's what the attitude I feel like Katie took.
Right.
And I think his legacy going with, you gave up basically Steph Curry for Kyrie. One of the greatest, most selfless teammates and one of the greatest players for one of the most selfish, mercurial players in the NBA. That's what you did, Kevin. Like, and if they win a championship and if Steph gets a finals MVP, because you got those two, KD, because Steph, as a great teammate, deferred to you, even though he could have gotten those MVPs. I hope you're gonna be happy with the decision you made out of being passive aggressive, and not really sticking up for yourself to Draymond. I think Draymond, the type of guy that. Go ahead.
No, do you think that Brooklyn will be in the conference finals next year? To have Joe Harris back, Kyrie will be fine.
Not with that coaching.
Oh.
No, not with that. It wasn't so much the talent that derailed them too, Dwayne. It was the coaching. It was right. The lackluster offensive.
KD and Kyrie just have at it.
Lackluster offensive sets. And my God, dude, they got Curry in that deal, which I thought Philly should have never have given up. Steph's brother, Seth Curry.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
He's a great player. He could be a great set player. Good. They did not utilize him. I don't think right. I hated to see Philly give him up. You have a lot of pieces there, but you don't run sets. You're not running plays. Move in with the ball to get Seth Curry maybe some open threes. That might be a good idea. You want to see, KD and Kyrie go one-on-one and make superhuman moves and score sure. I mean, they can do that, right? They're great players. But when it comes to a series and people make adjustments in series and it's 7 games. And so each game is its own sort of like tentacle and you got to have a plan for each game. Just doesn't work that way. You can't one-on-one your way through a series.
Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah. What about what's the other team? Oh yeah, Miami. Up 2-1, man.
Tonight's gonna be tough. So it's Monday. We're talking the games coming up in about an hour. Tyler Hero's not playing, and
wait. What?
Tyler Hero's not playing tonight.
What's the matter with Tyler Hero?
I think he's got a hammy. And then Jimmy Butler may play, but he's not gonna be 100%. The NBA wants Boston, Golden State. Miami's not going to be like a quote-unquote sexy team for the finals. Boston's at least a legacy franchise. Ime Udoka, the coach, we were talking about coaching.
Right. Yeah.
A great coach. He's shown himself to be a pretty good coach, making the necessary adjustments to beat the Bucks, a veteran team. Obviously they didn't have Middleton that last couple of games. I think that hurt them a lot too, but you beat the teams that's in front of you. And he made the adjustments against Brooklyn. Udoka did when Kyrie was just going off. So we got to fix some things up. Right. Did that, got them out the box, got Milwaukee out the box. Now they're down 2-1 now. That I think they came out flat the last game. That's on the coach or, I'm giving his praises, but I think Boston finds a way to win. And you get Boston Golden State. I think that'd be a classic series won by Golden State. They're just too good and they're just too veteran. And they're well coached. They're well oiled. They've seen it. And then Steph Curry would be the MVP and that will solidify his legacy. So mark it down.
As
put the mortgage on it.
No, as much as I want Steph Curry to win the MVP, unfortunately, my prediction still stands.
Okay.
It's Miami in 6.
Oh, okay.
It'll be Miami versus Golden State.
Okay.
Jimmy Butler will be the MVP.
Butler, okay.
And yeah, it's going to be a great series, man. Can't wait.
Listen, I can't wait to see it either. And I wouldn't be mad if Jimmy wins. I mean, the guy's a warrior. That famous photo from the bubble when he gave every drop of energy of his body when it's completely spent against the Lakers. I think it's an iconic sports photo. We'll see. If he's hobbled, though, in any way, even to get by Boston, to beat that world-old machine on one leg of Golden State, it's going to be really hard.
It's tough. I keep thinking about Marcus, too, who seems like he keeps getting hurt. And then coming back, Willis Reed.
I thought he broke his ankle. I really thought he broke it.
It looked like he tweaked it, which is bad enough.
It was my ankle really bad. That ankle was going like this.
Yeah, it was
bad.
Yeah, but you can't keep doing that and then expect to play high level basketball. But Yeah, Marcus Smart is an anomaly. I hope that he makes it to the end of the series.
Yeah.
But
Cool, man.
yeah, man. What else?
Good. I think we're almost at time, bro.
Is it already?
Yeah.
Okay, damn. Time flies when you're having fun, huh?
And time flies. Time flies. Definitely talked a lot about. Got some NBA talk for sure.
Yeah.
We certainly got. Hopefully, we had some respectful talk to all any females watching. My wife may watch, of course. I definitely want to be respectful to the comments. Obviously, we're given a raw opinion from what men like and what we like to look at too. But like, hopefully, we're respectful. Put comments in the chat, which kind of your thoughts as well, and hit that like button. And continue to look for more of this content that we hope that you're getting a kick out of and learning something about as well. Hey, Dwayne, actually, before we go, give us a quick. Last week you gave us sugar.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it. Give us another
allulose.
Allulose. Great.
Allulose.
Give us. All right. So what's
pick up
this
any
week?
yet? Did you go pick up some yet?
No, I actually am going to though. I haven't. I am going to go. We don't have a lot of sugar in the house. Like honestly, I don't use sugar like that. But next time I do a story, I will get some. So what's this week's allulose? What should we be looking for this week?
Allulose. Give me 1 second.
Yes.
I might have to speed that up in the editing. Took a little bit of time. All right. You know what this is?
Eucerin. Yeah, I have that.
Eucerin, you have this?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever read the ingredients on the back of Eucerin?
Absolutely have not.
All right, I'm just going to run through a couple of them. Tell me if you recognize them.
Mm-hmm.
PEG 40 stearate.
Okay.
Forgive me if I'm struggling to read the ingredients. Phenoxyethanol. Pyroxone alamine. Caprylyl glycol. Ethihexylglycerin. Benzyl alcohol. Cetyl alcohol. All right, the point is, we have to be more mindful of the things that we put on our body. I know this is a great, it feels great. You rub it on your body, the lotion, the skin feels nice and smooth.
All over your body, all that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no more ash, right?
It puts the lotion on its skin, absolutely. All that. Wonderful. It's good.
We got to get rid of that stuff. Get rid of things that are filled with chemicals and try to stick with things that are more natural. So for me, shea butter. Let's read the ingredients, shall we?
Let's read them.
Shea butter. Certified organic ingredient.
Yep, that's it.
Ingredient, guys. Shea butter. The reason I say stay, and so I use this as my lotion. And if I don't use this, something that people might have in their house. This is avocado and olive oil, but you can use olive oil. And I use this as my lotion. And it's always good to stay away from things with like multiple chemicals, bro, because people always wonder, like, how do people get cancer? Where does cancer come from? Will they ever find a cure for cancer? If we start eating more natural and staying away from things that have a bunch of chemicals that we don't know about, and even chemicals that we do know about that are clearly named on the World Health Organization's list of possible carcinogens, if we stay away from those, then we'll have a much better chance of avoiding cancer and leading a healthy life, and your skin can stay nice and smooth also. So all I would say is try to stay away from lotion as much as possible, as far as the ones with all the chemicals, and stick to natural ones. This works fine. Shea butter, cocoa butter. I know a lot of people use that stuff. Or olive oil. Coconut oil is another one. coconut oil is something that's really close to our skin's natural sebum, our natural oil. So yeah, more natural, man. Stay more natural.
Sounds good.
All right.
We'll get on that shea butter, and we'll have a great week.
Definitely, man.
We'll see you next week, everyone, on Chest Blues Podcast. Appreciate everyone.
Peace, y'all. Love y'all.
Peace, everyone. Yep. Later, guys.